Welcome back to E-Magazine. Now, before you take a short commercial break, I have my lovely guests with me in studio who are helping me talk about the trending topics that we picked for this Friday. Now, we're going to move on to another trending topic, which has been trending since the beginning of the year, Game of Thrones. I know we've had so much about Game of Thrones that it gets tiring, but can't have a trending topic day without talking about Game of Thrones Season 8, right? So what are your thoughts about the release itself?
Heavy, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yo, it's been another year of waiting, just like Avengers, and it's finally here. And I just saw the second episode, and I am just super excited.
Wow, I can imagine. Now, HBO released its audience stats for the premiere of Game of Thrones Season 8, which the network revealed drew a record of 17.4 million viewers just on a Sunday night, beating both 16.1 million viewers who caught the Season 7 premiere and the 16.9 million who turned in the last season finale. Now, I want to look at the viewership trends for Game of Thrones. So we'll start off from Season 1, which was 9.3 million. And then moving on to Season 2, it was 11.6 million. That's the viewership. Then moving on to Season 3, it was 14.4. So as you can see, as the trend goes, it gets higher and higher. Now, Season 5 was 20.2 million, and Season 6 was 25.7 million.
Wow.
Going on to Season 7, which was 32.8 million.
Gosh.
So you can imagine Season 8 just hit off the roof. Now, what do you think about those trends? What does it tell you about Game of Thrones?
Staggering figures. Those are staggering figures, but I'd like to say Game of Thrones has maintained like the name and everything as it started.
Okay.
And it's getting better and better, and it has
Each and every
super
time.
nice has people behind the story. So to have a nice and to sustain a very strong movie or a series, you need to have a great storyline.
Yes.
And the people who are doing the story and the people who are doing who did from the concept from the first day until now, I just love the continuity in everything. The continuity from, this thing, we've grown up with the characters, right?
Yes, from Season 1.
But you watch it and you're like, there's continuity in everything. There's continuity since Season 1 until
Till
now.
the end.
You see like there's some continuity, and the story is just like the way we want it.
Yeah. I was even going to ask you guys if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, but you've already given me the answer. There's no point of asking that. But you pretty much explained.
I ain't a fan.
What?
But I'm saying it as a
Have you watched them?
Yes, I watched sometime. But I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I already told you my type of stuff. So
I don't remember, but okay.
Yeah, but so what I'm telling you is, as I can't just say I hate something and say everything about it is good.
But its performance is amazing.
It is good. It's very good. Not my type of thing, but I love how it.
Yeah. I feel like this is one television series that the numbers speak for itself.
Dude,
100%. The numbers just say everything about it. Now, I just want to know your experience so far with the series from Season 1 to the final season.
First of all, I'll just go ahead and say I think it's the best show ever made, ever. And I like the quality they've taken into it in the sense of how much time they've taken with the story. To be honest with you, I watched Season 1 and I wasn't feeling it for like 3 years. Until I watched Season 2, and from that time...
And that is what happened to me. When I watched Season 1, I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, I don't like this. But I was like, just for learning purposes. For learning purposes and just to understand what's going on.
I feel like you're in the film industry, a producer and director, so when you watch things, you're very critical.
I have to watch, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's not my type of thing. So, but I just watch because I need to.
I'm feeling some tension in
between your Twitter account is going to be interesting today.
Now, do you think the hype that went around Game of Thrones was necessary?
100%.
All around the world. Was it really necessary?
Yes.
Necessary?
Yes.
It is.
That kind of quality demands that kind of respect
is.
and followership.
And when you have people like the ex-American president, President Obama, asking for the deleted scenes for him to watch, it tells you.
Yeah.
It tells you, if the Queen goes on the set of Game of Thrones, it tells you who are we not to just say the hype about it is
I
good.
can imagine. It's true, 100%. Now, HBO invested so much in this TV series, more than any TV series that airs in HBO. Now, do you think the performance that Game of Thrones has revealed is what the investment HBO has put into it?
yeah.
The numbers are speaking for
The
themselves.
numbers, like, and just the genuine like fans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one thing is in film or TV scenario, they do audience analysis and they do rating, and when a show is not scoring, they pull it off. They pull it off air.
Yes.
So if a show keeps on, the consistency is there and it keeps on running, it means it's making money.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most, like, HBO invests the most compared to the TV shows.
Yes,
it does.
because the number, look at the numbers. Right now we are talking of 30
it's bringing
million.
back value addition.
30 million. Seriously, these people watching, how much is it making? And we're not talking about other things that coming. Seriously, it's worth it.
Now, season 8. Let's talk about season 8. Have you watched the first episode and the second one?
Yes.
Wow, you are a die-hard fan.
As a die-hard fan.
I wouldn't say die hard.
But you like the series.
People, yeah, I do.
I like it too. I actually, am I the only person who had to go all the way back to watch season 1?
Yeah, you have to
catch up, because I had forgotten the characters change each and every time. You have to understand how it, because there's so much continuity in the show that if you miss something, you won't understand the end of it. So am I the only one who just had to go and watch season 1 again?
No, I'm sure there's a lot of people who had to do the same.
So how did you find the first episode and the second one?
I felt it was good. It's classic Game of Thrones beginning, kind of slow, kind of, leading you on into,
And what I must say about Game of Thrones right now is however much it says a classic Game of Thrones and it's slow paced. This time round they have made it a little bit. They have given it pace. Game of Thrones is more fluid.
Yes.
But the fluidity right now is more fast paced. And we are from the Game of Thrones that was so slow, like typical settings of ancient settings where stuff has to be slow. But this one is fast paced. But however much it's fast paced, it doesn't skip major details.
Yes, it always has the details
the major drama.
Okay.
Yes.
So my very last question for you guys is: do you think that season 8 is going to be better than season 7?
Yes.
Why?
It's the end. It's the end.
Are you sad that it's ending?
All those questions that we've had and
are going to be finally answered.
Dude, yeah.
Well, I'm super excited to find out all of those unanswered questions.
I would say yes for the simple reason.
I know he's going to say yes,
for the simple reason that
Game
of Thrones keeps on going up and up. It has never picked a downward trend, and that is a plus for them. And yes, it's going to be even better. The numbers are going to be better, and everything's going to be better. Let's just sit back and stay glued
and see what happens. Well, thank you so much, guys, for talking to me about this trending topics.
Yes.
I hope I'll have you next Friday. Thank you, Jane One. Thank you, Majesty.
Definitely.
That's love. Now, guys, we are going to move on to we're going to take a look at since it's Friday, we're going to take a look at what's happening, the events that are popping this weekend, and share with you guys what's going to be happening. Now we have a Michael Musioka exhibition. Now if you're into art, this is actually happened yesterday, on Wednesday actually, 10/29 on 10 a.m. Red Hill Art Gallery, and it's still going on till now this weekend. So make sure you take a look at it if you're a person who's into art. And now the next event we have is Birds of the Museum, where you're just going to take a look at different birds that you can find in Kenya. This seems like something that's really exciting. And this is the second edition. This is happening this Saturday, 27th April from 9 a.m. at the Nairobi National Museum. Another event that's happening is the Dance of Freak on this Saturday, 27th, 2019 at 10 a.m. at KICC. And then another event that's going to take place is Black Monday Musical that is happening this Saturday as well at Braeside School. So make sure you take a look at these events that are taking place. Another chilled event that you should most definitely, I think I'm going to take a look at this, is Chilled Wine Affair. It's happening Saturday, April 27th, 2019, 4 p.m. at Michael Joseph Center. And another one is Art Jazz International Jazz Day. Now, if you're into jazz, this is the best time for you to take a look at it. Sunday, April 2019, 11 a.m. at the Hub Curran. Now, there's some events that you can take a look at if you have no plans this weekend. We're going to move right on to the news that made it to our entertainment news. Now, creator Fortnite has banned more than 1,000 accounts for cheating during the first round of its $30 million $30 million tournament. The creators of Fortnite banned more than 1,000 accounts for cheating during the Fast Fortnite World Cup qualifying tournament. Epic Games explained the reasoning behind the bans in a blog post released earlier this week. The Fast Fortnite World Cup Online Open was held in April 13 and 14 with a prize pool of $1 million. A total of 1,221 accounts were banned during the Fast Online qualifier. Epic said 1,163 players were banned from competitive Fortnite play for 2 weeks for trying to circumvent the game's region locks. Now, Fortnite awards World Cup prizes to thousands of players spread across 6 different regions, that is Europe, Asia, Brazil, Oceania, and East and West Coast of North America. Epic said 196 prizes winners were disqualified and forced to forfeit their prize money for playing across different regions. Now, moving on, Facebook is expected to be hit with up to $5 billion FTC fine amid privacy concerns. Facebook expects to be hit with a fine by the Federal Trade Commission over its user data practices that could amount to as much as $5 billion, the social networking giant reported on Wednesday. Now, the company said that the matter with the FTC remains unresolved, but it set aside $3 billion during the first quarter of 2019 to relate it to the fine, which had an impact on its earnings for the quarter. Facebook expects the loss to be somewhere between $3 billion and $5 billion. Now, moving on to another story that made it to our entertainment news is that Nintendo full-year earnings jumped from 39% to $1.7 billion. Now, Japanese video gaming giant Nintendo on Thursday reported earnings of $1.7 billion for the fiscal year ended in March, up 39% from the previous year, with revenue up from 40% to $10.7 billion. However, the results came up in below expectations as Nintendo failed to set a release date for the new versions of its Switch console, which some had expected to be launched at E3 Game Show in June. Now, moving on to our last story of the day. Disney Marvel's Avengers Endgame is already making box office history in China, the world's second biggest film market. The widely anticipated franchise Closer, directed by Russo brothers, opened on Wednesday in Middle Kingdom, China, 2 days ahead of its US debut. Endgame earned an astonishing $107 million on its first day of release in China, including a record of $28.2 million in midnight previews, according to an early estimate from Disney. The huge total set a new single-day record for China market, eclipsing the local blockbuster Monster Hunt's $2 to $85 million both last year. Endgame also accounted for an astonishing 99% of all movie tickets sold in China on Wednesday. Many top multiplexes had the film playing on every screen, which showing starts every 15 to 30 minutes. Now, we have sadly reached the end of E-Magazine. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you do so on Monday because we have a lot of exciting topics to share with you. My name is Brandon Michaba. See you next time. Hello and welcome to E-Magazine. I'm your host, Brandon Chaba. Now that it is Friday today, it's definitely all about the trending Friday topics. So today we're going to take a look at a number of trending topics that are not necessarily trending right now, but have been throughout the year. And I'm going to have special guests on Metropole Studios today to help me really understand what they think about these trending topics. Now, the first topic we're going to look at is Kylie Jenner becomes the youngest self-made billionaire ever. Now, the 21-year-old celebrity turned makeup mogul, Kylie Jenner, a member of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, is the youngest self-made billionaire ever. Jenner, who started out peddling $29 lip kits in 2015, sold an estimate of $360 million worth of Kylie Cosmetics in 2018. Now, in November 2018, Jenner launched a distribution deal with beauty retailer Ulta and sold an estimated $55 million of products in just 6 weeks. Thanks to a super low overhead and massive sales, the company is now worth at least $900 million. Jenner owns 100% stake of that whole company. Now, Jenner, who comes from a very wealthy family, also known as the Kardashian, leveraged her own $177 million and social media followers to create her billion-dollar company. She used $250,000 of her earnings from modeling gigs to pay an outside company to produce her first 15,000 lip kits. Now, Kylie Cosmetics revenue climbed 9% last year to an estimated $360 million. With that kind of growth, and even using a conservative multiple from the booming makeup industry, Forbes estimates Jenner as the company Forbes estimated Jenner's company as worth at least 900 million Kenyan shillings, putting her on the list as one of the youngest self-made millionaires. Now, I'm going to have my guests joining me on studio today who are going to help me understand what they think about this trending topic. Is it really worth it? Is Kylie Jenner a self-made billionaire? Join me in their studios. Hi, how are you doing? How are you doing? Good to see you, good to see you.
Hello.
Now, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves.
Okay, my name is Majesty. I go by Majesty and I host a show, I rap.
Yeah.
I have a YouTube web series called The Vault, and I also have a gig at Marquee, and it's called Marquee Industry Takeoff.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Welcome to studios. Welcome
Thank
to
you,
Medical
thank
Studios,
you.
Majesty.
I'm Preston Jane One, but you can just call me Jane One.
Okay, Jane One.
Jane is a family name, as we are called after
That's an
after
interesting
my
name.
mother. So she's Jane, I'm Jane One, my sister Jane Two. We're only two. I'm into film and TV. Yeah, so basically that, and designing.
Perfect. I'm so excited to talk about this today. So I want to start off by actually asking, are you guys a fan of the Kardashians?
I'll be honest. I am a fan of what they've been able to achieve, but I'm not a fan. I don't watch the Kardashians. I don't follow them.
I feel like I have a biased guest here today.
Yo, man.
I think my sister and my cousin have made me watch the shows. I think I've done follow-up of the shows, and anyway, I would like to say they're reality shows, good reality shows. They have good insights. They're nice socialites.
They've perfected the art of being a socialite.
They've perfected the art of being a socialite, not like the Kenyan way where you
Yeah.
know a socialite has to be into some funny stuff.
Yeah.
But this is like they've just taken it up there. That's why Kylie Jenner can be contacted by Adidas and she's
just
the
have a
ambassador.
gig like that. Now, this whole thing was trending so much this whole year when Forbes named Kylie Jenner as one of the youngest self-made billionaires. It's not even the fact that she's a billionaire, it's just the fact they use the term self-made. Now, do you guys really think that Kylie Jenner is a self-made billionaire?
Well, I think before, when I was reading about Kylie Jenner this morning, I don't know. At first, I would have said no, but upon reading what she's been able to achieve, utilizing, of course, what her family has given her, it's not easy. I think it takes work to be able to make sure those endorsements are fulfilled exactly the way her fans want. And I read if she has a good year this year, she's actually going to be the youngest self-made billionaire ever.
Wow.
Before Zuckerberg, who made it at 23.
I would say yes or no. One, yes, because you know it's not everyone who ride on the fame of the family or will come from a good family and they turn out to be good like she is.
Yeah.
So she's more of entrepreneurial, and that she has taken that and taken advantage of that. Yeah, I agree with that. But also saying no, because she didn't come from a poor background like some people we know, and then she rose to where she is.
Yes.
But she's just her riding on the family name and fame. It's a yes and a no. So
you're not gonna say. I feel like you have to decide which side you're on. It's either
I would say majorly.
It's not hot or cold.
I would say yes, 55%. No,
Wow.
55%.
Wow. I mean,
accurate.
look at it like this, yeah? There's Rob Kardashian, who came from the same family, and her, who came from this what are they doing?
There.
But at the end of the day, don't you think Rob is still rich? Rob still has
money. But he's not
my question is, can you actually call someone who comes from a very wealthy, not just a simply a very wealthy family, self-made? What is the definition of a self-made millionaire?
I think it's right to say they are self-made because he just brought in. Thank you for bringing in the Rob thing.
Yeah.
Rob is into this family, but is like the family's black sheep, and I think most of the money he's making is just from the name of the Kardashians and what he's getting from the shows they are doing. But he's not doing something bigger to go beyond the Kardashian and like brand himself. Yeah. So I think Kylie Jenner, 55%. She's self-made.
55%. Okay.
Self-made in the sense
You're
of
still sticking to
utilizing the family's hierarchy or whatever for herself. She made herself based on what she had. Some people have nothing and they're self-made from that. She had something, so she's self-made from that. I think so.
Okay, so the fact that she already has a social media following, which kind of pushed for her to have the ability to gain the consumers buying her products and for her to get where she is, and the fact that her mom is her manager when it comes to all these things, you'll still think she's a self-made billionaire.
She's self-made. Her mom. You know that the mom is a good manager.
Yes.
And you see, I cannot have my mother Jane.
Yeah.
She cannot be a good manager and then I go run for another person.
Main Jane.
If she is a good manager and I have a business, I'll still call her. Why? What? It's wrong. It's not wrong to be to exercise nepotism sometimes.
Okay.
This is good nepotism.
So
I like what she's
what
doing.
What I've got from the both of you is you guys do agree that she's a self-made billionaire.
Yeah, I took some time to read about what she's achieved and how she's done it.
But before that,
I would have said no.
How come?
Because of what you're saying, the platform she has.
Yeah.
And
it allowed her to
assuming that she just had it, so she just used it and made it. But no, she worked for it in some aspects. She actually did some stuff. It doesn't just happen.
Okay.
You don't just wake up and you have a cosmetic line.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, do you see Kylie Jenner becoming even more wealthier than all her sisters? Because right now, Kim Kardashian is leading. I think Kylie Jenner follows after Kim. Do you think she has potential of taking that number one?
Kylie's young.
Yeah.
Kylie's young. Let's remember she's only 21 years old.
Yes.
Kim is
22 right now, I think.
22 right now. Yeah, thank you. Kylie's young, and at 21-year-old, she's the youngest billionaire we have, right?
100%.
At 21-year-old, achieving what she has, I think she's going to surpass Kim Kardashian by far. But Kim Kardashian has the advantage of she's married to a music mogul.
One of the wealthiest rappers.
And the biggest designer we ever have. So.
And also dated this one, so.
Yeah, so.
And he's following in the steps of Kanye, and so she's also following in the steps of Kim. So I feel like
I think it's a balanced thing.
So they have their own thing going on.
It's a balanced thing, but it will take time before she catches she catches Kim Kardashian.
Great. Now we're going to move into the next topic that I'm itching to talk about. We cannot make this a trending Friday without talking about Avengers Endgame. It's been trending all over the world, not just in Kenya, crazy trending. But before we do that, I want to take it all the way back and take a look at the Avengers, how it began from the series of Avengers, the first Avengers to Avengers, the second Avengers and stuff like that. And we just talk about it. And I want to know what you guys thought about the movies like first. There's Avengers, Avengers Age of Ultron, and Avengers Infinity War, which I watched. I'm happy to say I watched that one. Now, have you guys all watched Avengers?
I've watched them all.
I've not watched. I've not watched the full version of the latest one.
Yeah.
But I'll say
it just came out yesterday, so you still have time. Don't worry.
But that does not give me reason.
Why not?
That does not validate my not watching it. I need to watch it.
Yes, you do. Majesty, you mentioned that you've watched all of them. Now tell me, from the first Avengers to the third Avengers, which one would you rate the best?
Obviously the last one, which hasn't even come out yet. I mean, it's come out today.
So Avengers, the
Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah, because it's based on critics and the ratings on IMDb. It's scored higher than any of these I've ever done. It scored even higher than Black Panther.
Wow.
So definitely.
I would say it's scoring higher because of the storyline.
Yeah.
The storyline is very good and very elaborate.
Compared to the rest?
Yeah, and plus, I don't buy the idea that this these serial movies
Yes.
or the movie that have continuity, and about when they are coming out, they say this has surpassed the last one. Let's remember the times are changing.
Yes.
The next Avenger will surpass this one. So it's just that times are changing. We are getting more people going digital and stuff, and everyone subscribing to entertainment. So I wouldn't say in terms of revenue it's doing much better. It's supposed to do better. That is why they have it.
I think it actually is doing better, because in China it just went over the roof when in theaters. It made a lot of revenue. Now I want to talk about the storylines from the first Avengers to the third one. I'm not sure about the fourth one yet. I'm planning to watch it this weekend. But tell me, what storyline stood out the most for you?
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Is it because of Black Panther?
No, because of how it ended. Because of how it ended. It left us at such a awkward place, and we had to wait for a whole year just to find, like 27.
Yes, I think I remember the ending.
You know what I'm saying?
This.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, so we've had to wait a whole year to find out what happened after the events from the last
What about
scene.
the character build-up? As you can see from the first Avengers, I feel like the character are getting more exciting and more interesting. What are your thoughts on that?
But I think every director and producer is taking that direction, because at a point when you want to maintain monotony in terms of the character Bible, people get more like bored. So for you to like what the trend they are taking is like they're creating even a climax into the character Bible.
Yeah.
So that it's not just like we drafted the first character Bible. Let's like give every character more oomph, and let's make it more enchanting, like you said.
Yeah.
So the trend, the graph has been going upward in terms of characters, and I think the next one after this will be fire.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm really excited to watch the Avengers Endgame. Now, I want us to play a little game based on Avengers before we go on a Shokomashi break.
I don't like games.
I already won, even. We haven't even started.
So basically, I'm going to pick out characters. I already picked out characters from the Avengers, and I'm going to put them versus each other. So it's like another Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
So you decide who you think is going to win.
Okay.
No right or wrong. I just want to see who you think has more powers, who's better.
Okay.
So first of all, we have...
Do I choose myself?
No, you're not part of Avengers. We have Thor versus Doctor Strange.
Thor in time.
Thor. So Jane Warren picks Thor. Who do you pick?
Oh man, I would like to say Thor, but my experience with this movie, I would have to say Doctor Strange.
How come Doctor Strange?
This guy can change time, okay? He defeated one of the biggest villains they've had, you know? He was able to identify how to defeat Thanos. And so I'm pretty sure Thor you can take.
He's still powerful, so... Okay, so you go with Thor, you go with Doctor Strange. I think... I'm going to have to say the same as you. I feel like people with powers always...
Dude, he can do stuff.
Always, yeah. Yeah.
This guy is in brute muscle and the hammer.
Yes.
This guy doesn't care. He can switch time and make sure, that hammer never reaches his head.
But
Yes,
you see,
true.
why I'm saying Thor is I believe the character with physicality and stuff, because I don't believe in fantasy stuff.
But then it is a fantasy film.
I know that. So
fantasy world.
however much it is a fantasy film, I get the angle I pick most
would be
is the physical side.
Yeah.
We're not watching these movies. All of us love the fantasy movies.
Yes.
Some of us relate with characters. That's what I told about characters.
Yeah.
So I relate with something that can happen in real life, because I love real life stuff.
All right.
So however much it's a nice movie, I'm not discrediting anything.
Now I understand why you chose Thor. You justified it. So I'll let you go with Thor. The next number 2 for our characters, it's Captain America versus Winter Soldier.
I'm going with a Cap on this one.
Captain, okay.
Yes, Captain America.
What about you?
I think for the first time we're siding.
Yeah?
With Captain
I mean, we've
America.
gotten to witness these two in action against each other in multiple occasions. And we've kind of been seeing who has the better advantage in that. He puts up a good fight, but low-key at the end of the day...
Okay.
The captain is like the
fair enough, fair enough.
The last man standing.
Let's move into the next one
Finally.
now.
Agree on something.
At least you guys agreed now. Now there's Scarlet Witch versus Captain Marvel. Can I bring in the ladies? You went to Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
What about you?
Can I be a little bit...
I feel like you just want to be different.
I don't want to be different.
Yeah, I can say the person and why.
Okay.
The
and then you tell me.
The two of them don't strike me as anything, but I'll say 50-50.
I'm feeling rather offended right now.
No, they don't strike
I feel like you're talking about me.
No, sorry if I'm getting...
Yeah, no, it's okay, it's fine.
But
So
the two of them don't strike me. And,
why is that?
Like I've told you before, just see even the graphics.
Okay.
They already tell you what's happening, and I told you, I explained to you my type of stuff.
Yes. I think she's rather on the dark side. She's more of Superman, superhero kind of girl.
So
Tell me why Captain Marvel.
At the end of the movie, when everyone is disappearing in Infinity War, Nick Fury has only one last call he can make before he disappears.
And it's her.
And that's the number he calls. So
And
I'm
she
pretty
came
sure
through.
if he thinks she can take on Thanos, then I'm going to go with that.
Great.
Are we talking about like how it's been scripted or how we perceive them?
Dude, just like you pick Scarlet or Captain Marvel. That's it.
Which
You saw these, you picked Nicki Minaj.
Okay, let's do the last one. So there's Iron Man versus Black Panther. I'm going to do Black Panther because I've watched them fight against each other. And Black Panther.
Yeah?
I agree with you on that.
Wow. Yeah, I'll say Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah.
And come on,
That's a
have
hard
to
one,
support
though.
our kind of people, no problem about that. There's no point of supporting, Yeah.
Wakanda forever.
Well, I've had such a lovely time playing this game. Let's just take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more trending topics to talk about.
I hate this thing. I always watch
Event ni after. Tutaongea one more topic, we do commercial break then events.
Yeah, thank you.
Anasema nini? So anataka tuende straight to events. So they'll just walk out because there's no video. Mwambie kuja hapa niongeleshe, mimi simuelewi.
I said Captain Marvel.
Sina nasema tuchukue commercial break na kama Audi anasema tusichukue, he figures it out.
Yeah. And that was my answer. With
taking a photo of us?
Without me.
I need them.
Without us?
They're my show.
Yeah?
Are we taking a photo?
Yep.
Okay, let me just listen to what he's saying.